gunfire ends a man's 2-hour rampage across Franklin County. The gunman dead tonight, but only after he shot this little boy at point-blank range. The child's teenage brother in the home when the shot rang out.
I can't believe what kind of person shoots a 9-year-old boy in the face. What kind of person can live?
A woman also shot at this dentist office. Then, a shooting in this busy store parking lot that put an officer in the hospital.
When I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening.
Tonight, new information on the victims, the wounded officer, and the suspect who threw the area into chaos. Now on 10 TV News at 5.
From Central Ohio's news leader. New, fresh, up to the minute. You're watching 10 TV News at 5.
And all we heard was a knock on the door.
And tonight, a teen describes the moments after his 9-year-old brother opened that door and got shot by a gunman at the start of his rampage. Good evening, I'm Jerry Revish.
And I'm Kristen Hartman. We are learning more about the man behind the shootings, Danny Thornton. And we're learning about his victims, too. Police say the rampage began around 7:30 this morning in Grove City when 9-year-old Jaden Dixon answered the door and Thornton shot him in the head. A half hour later, Thornton was in Groveport, where he shot a woman in a dentist's office. Then at 9:46, police spotted Thornton in a shopping center parking lot on Morse Road. Officers shot at him, killing him. A SWAT officer was injured and hospitalized because of the incident.
Tonight, our news crews are spread out across Central Ohio, gathering fresh details on today's shooting spree. We start with 10 TV's Josh Proland in Grove City, where he spoke with the brother of the child shot by Thornton. Josh, what's Thornton's connection to that boy?
Well, family and friends tell me that child belonged to Thornton's ex. Now, that woman also had an older child with Thornton. We spoke with that child, who says he was at the home here with his 9-year-old brother and mom when Thornton unexpectedly showed up at the door.
And all we heard was a knock on the door. And then my little brother, he loves answering the door. He answered the door. He answered the door, and it was a loud bang. And next thing I know, I hear my mom screaming.
That's when 17-year-old Jared Fitzpatrick says he discovered his 9-year-old brother Jaden had been shot in the side of the face.
I can't believe what kind of person shoots a 9-year-old boy in the face. What kind of person can live?
Fitzpatrick says he and Jaden were getting ready to leave for school when Thornton shot his brother. He says he can't believe something so horrible would happen to someone so good.
The nicest, cutest, he's an angel pretty much. He didn't deserve this. He's never done anything to nobody.
One of the happiest kids.
He's one of the happiest kids. He wanted everybody to love him.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to that family. Now, we have learned that Jaden's mother has posted on Facebook that they're keeping Jaden alive so they can donate his organs. You'll hear more from the family, also from neighbors here, coming up at 6. Reporting live in Grove City, Josh Poland, 10 TV News.
Josh, thank you. Grove City is where it all began. Morse Road in northeast Columbus is where it ended, in gunfire. Police shot and killed Danny Thornton in a parking lot, as we said, on Morse Road. 10 TV's Danielle Elias is live at that scene, and Danielle, a family member, says that's exactly what the suspect wanted.
Well, Kristen, in a 911 call, one of the boy's older brothers told police that Thornton had said that he wanted suicide by cop. And police say they received a call from 2 men after the first shooting in Grove City, in which those men say they talked to Thornton before and said that Thornton said that he killed 2 people and that he was not going back to jail.
The oldest brother came running out of the house, screaming and crying on top of his lungs for help, asking if I had a phone to call 911.
Grove City neighbor Brad Allman said he never heard gunshots, but just after 7:30 this morning, he found himself in the middle of chaos.
As I'm calling 911, he finally said, he just shot my brother in the face. He shot my brother in the face.
The 9-year-old child answered a knock at the door and was shot immediately.
Police said the boy's mother and teenage brother were home at the time. They said the mother is Thornton's ex-girlfriend and the 17-year-old their child together. Thornton fled, and that's when Grove City police put out a county-wide warning. 30 minutes later, Columbus police responded to a shooting at this dentist's office on Hamilton Road. Police said Thornton walked in, shot a woman, and walked out. The woman, police say, is another ex-girlfriend. Then at 9:46, police tracked the 47-year-old to this shopping plaza near Easton. They said Thornton was in a parked car when the SWAT team approached.
With the help of the FBI, we were able to track the suspect to this location. Once they moved in, the suspect exited his car with the handgun in his hand, raised it towards the officers, and that's when the shots were fired.
Officers aren't yet sure if Thornton fired his gun.
We don't have to wait for the suspect to fire. If he raises that weapon in a threatening manner, the officers go ahead and use deadly force.
Now, a SWAT officer was also injured in that exchange of gunfire here in this parking lot. Police, meantime, tell me that they are waiting for forensics to determine whether the gun recovered here was used in all 3 shootings, also to see whether Thornton pulled the trigger when police were present. Live on the northeast side of Columbus, Danielle Elias, 10 TV News.
Thanks, Danielle. And there's more. 911 calls revealing new information about Thornton's second victim. The woman shot as she worked at a dentist office in Groveport. 10 TV's Jessa Goddard live at the scene with some new details. What can you tell us, Jessa?
Jerry, the dental office just behind me here closed for the day after the shooting that happened just after 8 o'clock this morning. The victim, 42-year-old Vicky Verton, is a dental hygienist here and former girlfriend of the suspect and also the mother of one of his children. 10 TV was first to the scene this morning, just moments after Danny Thornton fled. Dr. Mark Pitt's dental office had just opened when employees tell police Thornton calmly walked inside and fired 1 shot directly at Vicky Verton, turned and walked out.
I am at a dental office. Some dude just came in and shot one of my employees.
Detectives say Verton is at Grant Medical Center and is expected to survive her injuries. They tell us she and Thornton have a teenage daughter together. Coming up in a live report at 6 o'clock, we'll hear more from that 911 call as employees describe the moments leading up to that shooting. Reporting live in Groveport, Jessa Goddard, 10 TV News.
Jessa, thank you. And we are also learning more about the officer hospitalized after today's shooting. 10 TV's Maureen Kosad is live at Grant Medical Center with the latest on his condition and just how he was injured. Maureen.
Yeah, Kristen, certainly our thoughts and all of our well wishes are with SWAT Officer Steve Smith tonight. He is a 24-year veteran of the Columbus Division of Police, and we are happy to report that he is expected to be okay. I do want to take you, though, to some images from earlier in the day. It was a very emotional scene here at Grant Medical Center when medics rushed the officer here to the hospital. Of course, everyone was very concerned. No one was really sure how serious those injuries were when the officer first arrived here. We are told that the officer was wearing his bulletproof vest during the incident, but he was struck, they believe, by shrapnel on his side just below the vest. So it was unclear in the beginning just how serious the injuries were. We are told that that officer is expected to be okay. He has been inundated with visitors all day. We've seen Columbus police officers of every rank coming and going to check in on the officer, including the other SWAT officers who were involved in shooting and killing that suspect earlier today. Again, though, the officer is going to be kept here overnight for observation. Hopefully he'll get to go home and begin recovering tomorrow. Reporting live downtown, Maureen Kosat, 10 TV News.
We're digging into Danny Thornton's background, too. 10 Investigates has learned it involves a lengthy criminal record. Thornton's criminal record goes back all the way to the 80s. We've confirmed that he's been in trouble for carrying a concealed weapon, assault, and charges related to domestic violence. It appears other convictions were erased from his permanent criminal record. Records show that Thornton fathered numerous children with different women.
And we will continue to work to bring you new information on this shooting spree. At 5:30, hear from a 10 TV producer who was there when the shots were fired outside that Walmart. And at 6 tonight, a closer look at shooting suspect Danny Thornton. We found this is not the first time he was accused of attacking a police officer.